website. De Helen is a member of the Golden Crown Literary Society, Sisters in Crime, and Dramatists Guild. You can follow her on Twitter at De Helen, read her blog, redcrested.com, and like her on Facebook. Ask her for the link.
Thanks a lot for having me back. The last time I was here, I was blocking my first book, The Hounding, and now the second one is also available, and I'm at work on the third in the series. I write a mystery series with a female Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. So my characters are Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Mary Watson, who's a naturopath. And they live and work in present-day Portland, Oregon, unlike the original Sherlock, who was in London. But the weather is close enough to yourself. So the first book is called The Hounding. It's descended from The Hounding of the Baskervilles by Conan Doyle. And the second book is The Illustrious Client, which is also loosely based on the adventures of the illustrious client. Both of those are Sherlock Holmes tales. So I'm just going to read two excerpts from the illustrious client. In the first one, this is from the first chapter, and the client is named Oceana Charles. She's a French pop star, and she has a lover named Zaro, who is an Afghani who was a girl who was raised with a boy, and then this happened a lot in Afghanistan. And when they get to a certain age, then the boys become girls again, normally, and get married in the usual way. But Zaro didn't want to do that. She refused. So she continued to live her life as herself. And she's lovers with Oceana. And their first night in Portland, they have arrived on Zaro's yacht, and they're parked in at the riverfront. They've been for a while. Oceana is moaning with desire and ready for more when Zaro suddenly stopped what she was doing and sat up. What is it? Oceana asked. Shh. There was a sound outside the bedroom window. They both heard it this time. Zaro jumped up, threw back the drapes, opened the window, and climbed in. Come back here, you! She was actually chasing someone. Zaro, wait! Let me call the police. See, I'm calling them now. Oceana was dialing 911 on her cell phone when she heard Zaro scream. She climbed out the window, pulling at her robe with one hand, still holding the phone in the other. Khalil came running from somewhere, yelling, "Stop her! Stop her!" Khalil is cousin to Zaro, and he is also her bodyguard, valet, all-around man. Khalil and Oceana reached Zaro at nearly the same minute. Zaro was screaming and writhing in pain. She couldn't tell them what had happened, but it was clear she'd been attacked. Khalil took the phone from Oceana and spoke with the emergency dispatcher, asking for both police and an ambulance. It looks like acid. That was the first chapter. Just an excerpt from the first chapter. And then in the next we go to the narration by Dr. Mary Watson. And this is where, for the rest of the book, you'll hear her voice. The first part is in the person. After breakfast, I left my new smart car parked on the street, and we took Charlotte's Mercedes up to Villager at Backway to OHSU. Typical June morning, overcast and cool, a bit misty, especially up there in the hills. People were arriving for work as we pulled into the visitor's garage and began circling, looking for a parking space. These were the people who ran the offices, managed clinics, worked in the pharmacy. Nurses and doctors were on different shifts, 10 or 12 hours, starting at ungodly hours that gave them unrushed hours and more stress hormones shooting through the veins. Because I visited Zorro the day before, we knew exactly where to go to find Luciana. When we arrived at the VIP room, there were no carts standing in the halls, no noise from other patients, nothing like a usual hospital experience, so long as we remained outside her door. Shirley rapped sharply. Within a couple seconds, Luciana opened the door just a sliver and whispered, "She's sleeping. We're here to see you, Miss Charles." Then, through the course of the book and with Shirley and Mary trying to solve Zorro dies. So they have to solve her murder. And Mary, for the first time in her life, even though she's in her 30s, she falls in love. And she falls in love with a real estate agent who also happens to be a woman. So now she's starting to date. I had a nice long soak-in tub before dinner came. I usually shower and it's quick, efficient, and doesn't use as much water. Today, I wanted to be completely relaxed when Beth arrived. So a full bath with salt, a loofah, and a rinsing shower after. That was a ticket. My hair smelled like the shampoo and conditioner I bought for the occasion. Usually I buy something cheap that doesn't test on animals. That day, at the health food market, I bought something that smelled so heady, yet light, it could be perfume. I chose a different outfit from last night. I wore cotton gauze pants in black with ties at the ankles, with an ultralight ivory tee. I kept my feet bare as I had no intention of leaving the house. My floors and rugs were still clean, even the ceilings were clean. No cobwebs, no neglected corners for this date. After resetting the table with a different tablecloth, napkins, and different dishes, glasses, and silverware, I selected music for the evening and put it on. Then I put the entree and veggies in the oven to reheat, took out the salad and tossed it, and opened a new bottle of red wine to breathe. 5 minutes before Beth was due, my phone rings. When I heard Shirley's ring, I was tempted to turn off the phone. I couldn't. Mary? Yes, Shirley. I wanted to say, I hope you enjoy your date tonight. Thanks, Shirley. I'm going to try. Okay, that's all. All right then, bye. Wait, Mary? About tomorrow? Yes? Tomorrow is Sunday. We don't need to work tomorrow unless it's an emergency. I smiled. I knew what it cost her to think about another person's happiness, even mine. That gives you a tiny little taste of what the relationship was like between Shirley and Mary, and how the books work. Both books are on the table. They're $15, and if you don't buy the release tape, the postcard, in case you change your mind sometime, thank you.